Mogadishu. His communities depended on herding cows for millennia. For the first time in his life, he's going to get a camel.
In the last drought, most of my cows died. I had 20, but I was left with 4. When the ground's dry, cows cannot feed, but the camels can raise their heads and feed on the tall trees.
The last drought was the region's worst in decades. People here in northern Kenya's Samburu County say when the rains fail, the cow is the first to die and the camel is the last. The camels have travelled hundreds of kilometres on trucks and on foot to reach here. The county government bought them from traders near Kenya's border with Somalia. Historically, they were only kept in and around Africa's desert regions to the north of here. Changing climate is changing people's ways of life. The 3-year drought ended last year and the acacia trees are green again. Herders like Lenaru sometimes have to walk hundreds of kilometres to find pastures beneath them that cows can graze. That leaves families at home without milk. It's the staple food for many of Africa's 200 million or so herders. It's why cows are central to the Samburu people's culture. Lenaru had to give 10 as a bride price, about half his wealth, to marry. Entire livelihoods can be lost to packs of hunting hyenas, to which camels are far less vulnerable. They can eat whatever's available and keep producing milk in a drought without going far. Long necks help. And so the elders are blessing the change. It's part of a decades-old, slow but steady regional trend, which the county government says has become essential. It's giving out 100 camels at this event.
It's one place in the world that we're experiencing global warming in real time. Things have changed, yes, for the last few years, very fast. We used to have cows here and we used to have grasses and everything.
A draw decides who's fortunate enough to get a camel that's pregnant or producing milk. Lenaru and his wife told us theirs is thin, but they'll make sure she's fed if they can.
We can only look at the skies and pray God will give us water for these animals, to flourish and to help us with milk. It's like a human. You can eat, but you do not know when you'll die.
Climate scientists say droughts will continue to become more frequent and severe. Lenaru told us he hasn't heard of climate science, but he and his neighbours expect more tough times before long. And that with camels at home, they'll be better prepared to keep their families fed. Malcolm Webb, Al Jazeera, Samburu County, Kenya.